Hey guys, I'm back, you guys. I know there was a really abrupt ending to last episode, but I'm really sorry about that. I didn't want to do that, but I had accidentally set a timer for the ending. So I apologize for this, and we can't be perfect. So we're going to go right back from where we started, and if you guys don't remember, I'm going to read out about a paragraph of where we were last time. And without further ado, let's read a little bit more. I watched the stream of cabs going down Fifth Avenue, and I thought about my mother's apartment. Only a little ways uptown from where we sat. I hadn't seen her since Christmas. I wanted so bad to jump in a taxi and head home. She'd hug me and bake me cookies, but she'd be disappointed too. She'd send me right back to Yancey and remind me that I had to try a little harder than I did last time. I'd probably get kicked out again, and I wouldn't be able to stand the sad look she'd give me when I did. Mr. Barner parked his wheelchair at the base of the handicapped ramp. He ate celery while he read a paperback novel. A red umbrella stuck up from the back of his chair, making it look like a motorized cafe table. I was about to unwrap my sandwich when Miss Bobafit herself appeared again in front of me with her ugly friends. I guess she'd gotten tired of stealing from the tourists and dumped a half-eaten lunch in Grover's lap. Oops, she grinned at me with her crooked teeth. Freckles were orange if someone had spray-painted her face with Cheetos. Ugh, that makes her sound even more good to me than she is right now. I tried to stay cool. The school counselor told me 1,000,000 times, count to 10, control your temper. But I was so mad my mind went blank, a wave roared in my ears. I don't remember touching her, actually. But Nancy was sitting on her butt in the fountain screaming, "Percy, push me, Percy, push me." And even though I swear Miss Dobbs wasn't here a second ago, she just materialized. The kids were whispering, "Did you see it? The water? It grabbed her." I didn't know what they were talking about. All I knew, I was in trouble. As soon as Mrs. Dobbs was sure poor little Nancy was okay, promising to get her a new shirt at the museum gift shop, etc., etc., I love you, get back up, Miss Dobbs turned on me. There was a triumphant fire in her eyes, as if I'd done something she'd been waiting for all semester. "Now, honey," I know, a month erasing workbooks. That wasn't the right thing to say. "Come with me." "Wait, it was me. I pushed her," Grover yelped. I stared at him stunned. I couldn't believe he was trying to cover for me. "I don't think so, Mr. Underwood. But you will stay here." Grover had fear in his eyes. "It's okay. Thanks for trying." "Honey, now." Miss Bobafit smirked. I gave her my deluxe, "I'll kill you later" stare. Then I turned to face Mrs. Dobbs, but she wasn't there. She was already at the top of the museum. How is she so fast? She's like 1,000,000 years old. I have moments like that a lot. My brain falls asleep or something, and the next I know I've missed something. As if a puzzle piece falls out of the universe and leaves me staring at a blank space. I wasn't sure if I should, but I went after Miss Dobbs. I looked back up. Miss Dobbs had disappeared again. She was inside the building now, at the end of the entrance hall. This wasn't even possible. Oh, okay, I think she's just going to make me buy a new shirt, I think. But apparently that wasn't the plan. We moved deeper and deeper into the museum. When I finally caught up to her, we were back in the Greek and Roman section again. Except for us, the gallery was empty, and the steel over there. Mrs. Dobbs stood with her arms crossed in front of her, looking at the steel. Even without the noise in her throat, I would have been nervous. It's weird being alone with a teacher, especially one who you assume has been on this earth longer than the earth has been in the universe. "You've been giving us problems, honey." "Yes, ma'am." "Do you really think you would get away with that?" No, ma'am. We are not fools, Percy Jackson. Thunder shook the building. It was only a matter of time before we found you out. Confess and you will suffer less pain. I didn't know what she was talking about. All I could think of was that the teachers must have found the illegal stash of candy I've been selling in my dorm room. Or maybe they realized my essay of Tom Sawyer was from the internet without ever reading the book or even knowing who Tom Sawyer was. Well, she demanded. Ma'am, I don't think your time is up, she hissed. Then the weirdest thing happened. Her eyes glowed like barbecue coals. Then things got stranger. Her jacket melted into leathery wings. She wasn't a human. I knew it. She had bat wings. She had yellow fangs. I think she was going to kill me. But then, my saving grace ran through the door. Mr. Brunner! He was out in front of the museum a minute ago, but this time he wheeled his chair into the doorway holding a pen. What ho, Percy! Mrs. Dobbs lunged at me. He tossed the pen to me, and with a yelp I dodged and felt talons slash the air next to my ear. I snatched the ballpoint pen out of the air, but when it hit my hand it wasn't a pen anymore. It was a sword. A bronze sword which he used on tournament day. Mrs. Dobbs swung around with a murderous look in her eye. My knees jelly, my hands shaking. I almost dropped the damn sword. Die, honey. And she flew straight at me. Absolute terror ran through my body. I did the only thing that came naturally. I swung. The metal blade hit her shoulder and passed clean through her body as if she were made of water. Mrs. Dobbs was a sandcastle and a power fan. She exploded like yellow powder, vaporized on the spot, leaving nothing but the smell of sulfur and a dying screech. I was alone. There was a ballpoint pen in my hand. Mr. Brunner was there. It was just me alone. My hands were still trembling. My lunch must have been contaminated with magic mushrooms or something. Had I imagined the whole thing? I went back outside. It was raining. Well, Nancy Bobfit was still standing there, soaked from her swim. Grover was looking at a map, and she was still grumbling to her ugly friends. When she saw me, she said, I hope Mrs. Kerr whipped your butt. Who? Our teacher, duh. I blinked. We had no teacher named Mrs. Kerr. I asked Nancy what she was talking about. She just rolled her eyes and turned away. I asked Grover where Mrs. Dobbs was. He asked, who? But he paused first, and he wouldn't look at me. So I thought he was messing with me. Not funny, man. This is serious. Thunder boomed overhead. This couldn't be regular. This always was happening, but only since that day on Christmas Day. Not funny, man. This is serious. I went over to Mr. Brunner, who I saw sitting under his red umbrella, reading a book as if he had never moved and never saved my life with that weird pen. He looked up, a little distracted. Ah, that would be my pen, Mr. Jackson. Please bring your own writing utensil in the future. I hadn't Mr. Brunner's pen. I hadn't even realized I was still holding it. Sir, where's Mrs. Dobbs? He stared at me blankly. Who? The other chaperone, Mrs. Dobbs, the pre-algebra teacher. He frowned and sat forward, looking mildly concerned. Percy, there is no Mrs. Dobbs at Yancey Academy. Are you sure you're feeling all right? That's when I knew things were weird.